From the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It is the game we've all been waiting for, the NCAA Men's Basketball Elite Eight between the 6th-ranked University of Chicago Maroons and the 5th-ranked University of Mary Washington Eagles. Hi, everybody. Graham Dunwoody here on Graham's Sportscasting Channel, taking you through tonight's action. One of the biggest games this team has ever played in since returning to D3 50 years and change ago. The Maroons have a chance to reach their first ever Final Four on leadership of head coach Mike McGrath, playing his second Elite Eight game 25 years and 9 days since the last one. UChicago comes in with a record of 24 wins and 4 losses. Second place in the UAA at Emory, who punched their Final Four ticket in the second game of today, defeating Illinois Wesleyan. Ben Pierce with a big shot to win that one. Emory 12-2. UChicago 11-3 in conference play. They won each their first 3 tournament games. In the first weekend, took down Penn State Behrend and then Otterbein by double digits, and then had to grind out a tough win over Gustavus Adolphus last weekend, 93-92, staving off a last-second shot attempt by Gustavus's Jake Schmidt. The Maroons had to use every trick in their arsenal to win that game, and it was absolutely not easy. Mary Washington, on the other hand, making their 5th ever tournament appearance, 3rd under their current 12th-year head coach Marcus Kahn, a record of 183 wins, 118 losses, making his 3rd tournament appearance the last 4 seasons. Mary Washington 27 wins and 3 losses, and they won the Coast to Coast Conference tournament in blowout fashion, defeating Christopher Newport by 30 points in that game, 88-58. It is the most wins that Mary Washington has ever gotten in a single season, and they're looking for win number 28 and their first ever Final Four appearance. Marcus Kahn reached the round of 32 in 2023 last year, got to the Sweet 16, and this year in the Elite Eight. Tying the furthest that Mary Washington has ever been, they were at the Elite Eight in 2014 under head coach Rod Wood, but were blown out in that game by Williams College, who went on to win the national championship in 2014. And they have, as part of their services, one of the most talented players in all of D3 in Kai Robinson. Robinson averaging 24.8 points a game, top 10 in the NCAA, and the most among any player in this round of 8. Narrowly beating out Emory's Ben Pierce for that honor, and a 3rd-team NABC All-American. So let's start with him. It's no surprise that with a scoring margin that high, as he goes, so do the Eagles. He has shot 22 percentage points better in Mary Washington's 27 wins this year compared to their 3 losses. That is 54% in the wins, 32% in the losses. In one of those games, Mary Washington lost on the road at Randolph-Macon, and Kai Robinson was held to 0 for 10 from the floor and just 7 overall points. He is the single-season Mary Washington scoring leader by over 100 points over his closest competitor, almost 750 on the season, playing in his 31st game of the year, the sophomore out of Alexandria City High School in Virginia. First team All-Region 6 by D3 Hoops. And the Coast to Coast Conference Player of the Year. No surprise to get those accolades. His teammates are no slouches either. First team All-C2C, Jay Randall, also started all 30 games this year, the 6'4 junior forward from Bristow, Virginia, averaging 12.5 points, 6.3 rebounds a game so far this season. Leads the Coast to Coast Conference with 58% field goal percentage. And joining him is his high school teammate, Caden Bates, 6'3 junior guard, the Coast to Coast Conference Defensive Player of the Year. 53 steals, leads the conference, and he had 6 in a game, taking down tournament hopeful Virginia Wesleyan back on December 30th. Those three will be in the Mary Washington starting lineup, joined by Ulysses Young and Jaden Burgess. All 5 of them have started at least 23 of Mary Washington's 30 games. UChicago, the 5 we know and love: Joe Barry, Eamon Kana, Shane Regan, Daniel Cochran, and Nick Roper on the floor. Regan averaging 19.4 a game, a first-team All-UAA selection. One of the top contenders for National Player of the Year. He was not named to the NABC All-American list just because he needed 3 guys from Region 8, and they determined that Shane Regan was not one of the best 3 in Region 8. Don't have to how to come to that conclusion, but that is what they said. And so, little chip on his shoulder. Regan, 19.4 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game. He is a do-it-all player, the grad transfer from Wesleyan University, Connecticut. And he's joined by another grad transfer teammate, Nick Roper, 6'8", guard / forward / whatever. 15.3 points a game, 7.3 rebounds, 1.6 assists for Nick Roper. Making start number 25 of his UChicago career. Last weekend with the win over Gustavus, he officially finished his career at the Ratner Athletic Center undefeated, 16-0, 4-0 as a visitor for Illinois Wesleyan, and the one game that UChicago lost at Ratner this year to NYU, he did not play in, so he is a perfect unbeaten record in that building. But this is a couple 100 miles away from Ratner, and he's still got plenty of support behind him. He probably looks to go to heights they never have before. Joe Barry, who has started, let me see that number here, 76 consecutive games with tonight's start. One of the most dependable do-it-all players for Mike McGrath. And just a linchpin of this team on both ends of the floor, providing that stability option. Averaging 9.2 points a game, 3.3 assists per game. That is the highest single-season total of his career. And if he is indeed matched up on Kai Robinson, that will be a difficult test for him. Robinson carries a very similar skill set to Miles Barnett, who wrecked the Maroons last weekend to the tune of 40 points. Career high for him. And Robinson also a 6 foot and change guard that loves to get downhill and attack the basket. He has some 3-point shooting acumen, but he will be doing most of his damage likely on the interior. And if that is the case, either Mike McGrath will have to find a different way to defend him, or one of the Maroon players, likely Barry, will have to step up and play defense and get stops on one of the deadliest players that E3 has to offer. Eamon Kana, the 3-point sniper, 11.5 points a game, 4.3 rebounds a game, averaging 43.5% of his 3-pointers made. And that will likely be his role. All 5 of the Maroon starters can shoot the 3-ball pretty well, plus they're likely only 2 bench pieces, Phil Lawrence and Noah Pitt. All of them are threats to jack up a 3 and bury it at any time. They saw him hit 15 threes each the last 2 tournament games against Otterbein and then Gustavus. And they needed every last one of those threes against Gustavus, considering they needed to score 93 points just to win in regulation in that one. Got about 4.5 minutes till tip time here in Fort Wayne. 9:38 p.m. local time, 8:30 to 8 p.m. Central Time. Chicago looking to head back to their hotels content, and the winner will take on Trinity. They beat Tufts in the last game, 69-66. And the Trinity Bantam, the defending national champions, awaits if UChicago can make their first ever Final Four. If they were to win that game, Emory and Christopher Newport are the two teams that have clinched their Final Four bids, and they'll play in the other semifinal game. So no matter who wins this game, one conference will have two teams in the national semifinals. Will it be the UAA or will it be the Coast to Coast Conference? The Maroons started off their season with a win over a team in that conference. It was UC Santa Cruz, who they knocked off in their opener in the Midway Classic back all the way on November 14th. Over 4 months ago now. Time flies when you're on as good a trajectory as UChicago. Again, the starting five for UChicago: Barry, Kana, Regan, Roper, and Cochran. And for Mary Washington, it is Robinson, Young, Bates, Burgess, and Jay Randall. Like Gustavus last week, this is a less than sizable team. They have some height off the bench, but no starter taller than 6'4" for this team. They will bring 6'8" Owen Pottenberg off the bench if the situation calls for it. The Jacksonville native, averaging just 5.8 minutes a game. Preston White and Colin Marshall also figure to be contributors. They measure in at 6'5" for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. Troy Thompson's extremely late. It's not the same league. It's the NCAA Cross Championships. Attendance is incurred. Passion is managed. Fast paced and number 3. Well, let's go. Keep bearing down hopes and Calvin.
2 minutes to go till tip. 3 of the 4 Final Four spots already locked in. Emory, Christopher Newport, and Trinity. 2 games away from cutting down the net. And now UChicago and Mary Washington will battle to see who will join them here in Fort Wayne. That next game played on 8 p.m. Saturday night. And the national championship game on Sunday, April 5th at the home of the Pacers, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. None of that matters. The Maroons cannot get a win right here, right now. Maroons have finished their watch. We have a minute left to go. And we are about to find out which of these two teams making it through to the Final Four. UChicago will be wearing their black throwback jerseys, their practice jerseys, all white. 2 words, it's us. They are ready for action. Mike McGrath in his second ever Elite 8 game. The 27th year man for UChicago. Nothing left to do but march. "15 seconds left in the warm-up clock. Starting line's about to be introduced. As a reminder, those are Joe Barry, Eamon Kana, Shane Regan, Daniel Cochran, and Nick Roper for UChicago, and Kai Robinson, Ulysses Young, Caden Bates, Jaden Burgess, and Jay Randall for Mary Washington.
Well, the quarterfinal number 4.
The 4th of 4 games played here at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. The first game the Maroons will ever play in this building. Of course, March Madness in full swing on all levels of college basketball at this point, but the E3 hoops, something special about it. New height videos now coming on the big screen, right above where we're sitting. Important storyline for the first couple of minutes of this game is Kai Robinson going to be bulldozing his way through the Maroon defense like Miles Barnett was last weekend? Or can the Maroons find a new plan, one that they maybe didn't break out against Gustavus, to turn the tables on the uber-talented sophomore?
From Larchmont, New York.
First time all year, I believe, that UChicago is having all of their starting five introduced at once instead of alternating. Of course, back home at Ratner, it is that way. They introduce one player for each team at a time.
And that guard, the 6'1" senior from Topeka, Kansas, number 11, Joe Barrett.
Starting five out on the floor. Barry, Canal, Regan, Cochran, Roper. Couple of big men in there. Roper at 6'8", Cochran at 6'7", and if they can find a way to make use of their size disparities over the starters for Mary Washington, none of whom are taller than 6'4", that could be a pathway to a Maroon victory. Get those guys in foul trouble by getting downhill, but size is not everything, as we saw last weekend, and what Mary Washington may lack in size, their athleticism had that in spades. Neither of these teams are going to go up without a fight. As we know, one of the gutsiest groups that Mike McGrath's ever coached, he told me, and the way they've battled all season long, simply admirable.
Virginia, number 14, Jaden Merchants.
Starters now being introduced for the Mary Washington Eagles, ranked in the country in the final D3Hoops.com poll, 27-3. Champions of the Coast to Coast Conference.
Number 5, Ulysses Young. And at guard, a 6'3" junior from Bristol, Virginia, number 10, Caden Bates.
Starters now out on the floor for Mary Washington, so we are about ready to get things underway. Going to be one of the best games, more than likely we see all season, and one of the biggest games that UChicago's played during their time as a D3 institution. 40 minutes to a Final Four berth. UChicago's 5 starters are set. It'll be Nick Roper, as always, in center circle to begin things for the Maroons. Mary Washington still huddled up, and now they'll send their tallest starter, 6'4", Jay Randall, to oppose him. The whistle blows, ball moving towards center. Up in the air, we are underway. Maroons win the tip, with Roper tapping it back to Shane Regan. UChicago and Mary Washington looking for their first Final Four appearances in school history. Barry bounce pass right side for Roper. Top key, Cochran, 3. Got it! And Cochran splashes one down to begin things. 3-0 Maroons. Now for possession for Mary Washington. Touch goes to Caden Bates. Gets into the hands of Kai Robinson, mashed up with Barry. Robinson to the right corner. Bates gets it. Guarded by Roper. Bates to the opposite wing. Gets the ball back. 13 to shoot for Bates. Gives up. Burgess turns it around and gets into the hands of Randall. Back to his teammate. Young, Ulysses Young racing through. Guarded by Regan. 4 to shoot. Kick out, and it's Randall stepping through, forcing one up over Cochran. It's no good. Rebound, Kanawha, UChicago. Out to Regan, who goes to work right away. Regan hands it behind the back. Kanawha grabs it. Gives it up for Cochran. Thought about taking another 3, instead gives it top of the key for Shane Regan. Rolls it right side, Roper. Roper low to the ground, left side. Regan gets around his defender, steps into the lane, kicks it out. Barry's got an open 3. That's a little short. Cochran offensive rebound, kick out. Kana. New 20. Regan snaps the three himself, and that's no good as well. Barry taps it. Roper taps it, and Kana recovers. He shoots a three, and that's no good. Rebound brought down by Kai Robinson and Mary Washington. So 3 chances come out empty for UChicago. Now Robinson in transition. Robinson goes around a screen from Randall, kicks it out. Ulysses Young steps into a three, and it's an air ball, and it's recovered by an Eagle, and a whistle will stop play. It'll be Eagles ball, 28, making it 15 to shoot. Like a shot clock error was reset on that air ball three. Robinson gets the inbound, 13 to shoot. Robinson matched up with Cochran, looking to go to work on him, fades away from 14 and drills it. Kai Robinson for 2. Mary Washington on the board, 3-2. 18:07 to play, first half. UChicago ahead, 3-2. Their second ever D3 Elite 8 game. Kana gets it left wing, bounce pass into Roper. Burgess on his heels. Roper now moves it inside, spins into the lane. Wild shot, no good. Regan gets it, and out of bounds, he's fouled. Ulysses Young was in the air, but it'll be on Kai Robinson, and that'll be his first foul. And if they can get that second foul early, it would be massive for UChicago's chances. Robinson is the heart and soul of this Mary Washington team. 17:53 to go, first half. UChicago 3, Mary Washington 2. Regan's first free throw is good. His first point, 4-2 UChicago. Now Regan puts up a second, and it is perfect. 5-2, UChicago leads. Other way now comes Kai Robinson, feeds it right side. Young goes around Robinson's screen, feeds it into the left wing, where Bates has it, fires a contested three over Roper's head. It's an air ball. Robinson offensive rebound, and he put it on the baseline, so he could not secure it. And a couple of badly missed threes now as Mary Washington will check in. Hassan Hamad, Christopher Newport transfer. Third-year player from Haymarket, Virginia.
And number 4, Hassan Hamad.
Maroons ahead 5-2. 17:33 to go, first half. Barry is guarded by Josh Stewarter. And he will move it left side. Give it up for Regan, guarded by Robinson. Kick out. Roper thought about a three. Pulls it down instead. Falls to the ground and is fouled by Jaden Burgess. Second foul on Mary Washington. And Burgess picks up foul number 1. New shot clock for UChicago. Regan inbounds. Barry's got it. Crosses over right side. Gives it up. Roper back to the top of the key for Cochran. Give back Regan, stop and go, double team, throw back. Cochran sends a three. That's no good. Roper elevates for the offensive board. Looking to put it back up. He has it rejected out of bounds by Hamad. It'll stay with UChicago. 18 seconds on the shot clock. 17:05 to go. Already 5 3-point attempts for UChicago. And plenty of offensive rebounds. Already 5. Inbound goes, and it's off of Robinson. Regan was trying to fit it into Nick Roper, and we'll do it again. 17:04 to play, first half. UChicago 5, Mary Washington 2. Regan to inbound, lob for Roper. He collects it. Roper puts one dribble, gets it up, and he missed the shot, and he's fouled on the second effort by a Mary Washington player, and that time it's Josh Stewarter.
Yeah.
Free throws coming up for Nick Roper.
18, third.
First free throw for Roper is up and good. 6-2 UChicago with 17 minutes to play in the first half. Maroons have made no substitutions just yet. Roper's second free throw rolls around and out. Rebound Hassan Hamad of Mary Washington. The Maroons lead 6-2. They're wearing their throwback black unis. Hamad inbounds, gets it to the interior to a driving Randall, poked away from Robinson by Barry, out of bounds. Staying with the Eagles. Now a long inbound, and it goes to Bates. Make it Randall. Robinson goes around Randall's screen, guarded by Cochran, throws it out. 3-ball put up and buried by Colin Marshall. Colin Mitchell of Washington, and it's 6-5. Maroons over Eagles, an entry pass denied and taken away. And it's Jay Randall on the field. Give to Robinson in transition. Turns around on Cochran, trying to find a way out of it, and does. Robinson now battling on left wing. Around a Randall screen, gives it up, Hamad. Hamad at the top of the key. Mitchell left side, back to Robinson. Puts thought about a 3, and now jumps into Roper. No foul, but he goes to the basket and has it blocked by Cochran. We're going to get the ball, Regan the other way. 6-5, UChicago ahead. Roper. Bouncing off of Mitchell. Mitchell defending him very closely. Roper gets rid of it, goes to Cochran. Left wing Kanoff fires a 3 off the mark. Rebound is Sawater of Mary Washington. 15.5 to go. Eagles trailing by a point and half ball. Hamad. Guarded by Kana. Didn't get it to Robinson. Instead, it goes to Sawetter. Sawetter steps through against Regan and leaves it short. Rebound Cochran, UChicago. 6-5, Maroons in front. Regan the other direction. Regan goes around a screen from Cochran. Kicks back. Cochran sends a 3. Got it! 9-5 Maroons. They make their first field goal in their last 9 attempts and claim a 4-point edge. Sawetter has the ball denied by Barry. Now gives it up to Hamad. They want to get it to Robinson, but they can't just yet. Instead, Hamada snaps a 3 and banks it in. Hassan Hamad makes it a 1-point game again. 14:36 to go in the first half. 9-8 UChicago. Roper on the right wing. Gets it to a releasing Regan, who goes downhill. Back to Roper. He sends a 3. That's well off the mark. Rebound Robinson of Mary Washington. Robinson works it the other way. Explodes into the paint. Knocks Kana, and a foul on Kana. First on UChicago. And that'll take us to our first timeout. UChicago 9, Mary Washington 8. 14:19 to go on Graham Sportscasting Channel.
And says first. And we'll see first. Time.
Hey, Bob.
On the floor.
Meet you, man. Hey.
I don't have a charger to play.
Well, we're gonna charge you.
It's the laptop. It's very relevant because that doesn't do a USB-C. If it was, I could use one of mine.
That one?
Yeah, it's in. Do you mind? Yeah. No, but you think with the USB-C, it's not for one. So much. Wallet? I'm indebted.
And you got the power?
Yeah.
Here, you take it. Yeah.
I have a phone charger, but that doesn't fit here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Is it working?
Free move. To X and instrument.
That fit?
Okay. Your photo
So much, guys.
on the for today, courtesy of the NCAA.
Back at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum, where UChicago has a 9-8 lead over Mary Washington with 14:19 to go in the first half. Kai Robinson with just 2 points so far. Mary Washington leading scorer, averaging nearly 25 a game. Hassan Hamad and Colin Mitchell have knocked down threes. Meanwhile, Daniel Cochran's got 2 of them for UChicago. He has 6 of UChicago's 9 points. Inbound for Robinson. He gets it into Mitchell. 14-17 to go. Mary Washington ball trailing by 1. Robinson outlets, and Bates stops and goes on Regan. Bates turns twice, thrice, and now flips it out to a new face. It is Preston White. White gets it out. Bates goes again on Regan. 5 to shoot. Robinson pulls up from 20, and it's short and no good. Offensive board for Bates. New 20 for Mary Washington. Bates drives on Barry, runs into him, and Bates scores 2. Mike McGrath in the ref's ear about that one right away. 10-9. Mary Washington has their first lead. 13:40 to go. Here in Fort Wayne, UChicago's first ever game in this building. Cochran on the left side with the feed from Barry. Drives into a double team, turns it around. Barry right side to Phil Lawrence. Interior pass to Noah Pitt. Back out Lawrence. Sends a 3. That rims around and out. Rebound is brought down by Bates. In transition, Robinson. He moves backwards on Barry. Robinson turns, flips it up, and scores. 7-0 run for the Eagles, who now lead 12-9. Lawrence takes it the other way. Regan, Barry, Cochran, and Pitt on the floor for UChicago, and a turnover for the Maroons as Barry put it out of bounds.
Entering ball, New England, 14, Julian Burke.
Eagles ball ahead by 3, 12-9. Robinson with 4 points now after that last made floater. Bates drives, Bates spins twice, thrice, and turns it back around. Gets it over to Burgess. Burgess driving on Pitt to the corner, and he finds Bates. 8 to shoot for Bates. Bates spinning on Pitt. Bates gives it up, and White under the basket forces it up, and he's fouled by Daniel Cochran. He will head to the free throw line. The Maroons sophomore out of E picks up his first foul, second on UChicago. First one for Preston White. A 50% free throw shooter is good. Second is good, and Mary Washington takes a 14-9 lead. On a 9-0 run, UChicago just won for their last 11 shooting the basketball. Barry gets the feed right side, guarded by Ulysses Smith. Regan turns out. This is Young. Hit fires a 3 and connects. 14-12, and the Maroons break the run. Pitt put it right over the head of Preston White. 14-12, Mary Washington ahead. White has the interior feed guarded by Cochran. Works it back out. And Burgess puts up a contested 3 and buries it. And the Eagles answer, 17-12, Mary Washington. Regan gives it up left side, Joe Barry. Barry into the key, throws it back. Pitt gives it back to Regan. Regan into a double team. Works it all the way out. Lawrence is contacted. Gets the ball back and then almost turns it over as Bates got hands on it. 11 to shoot for UChicago. They'll keep the ball after this timeout. 11:26 to go. UChicago trails Mary Washington 17-12 on Grand Sportscasting Channel.
Aren't they? Still on deck.
UChicago basketball on Graham Sportscasting Channel live from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Mary Washington leads UChicago 17-12 with 11:26 to go in the first half of the UChicago ball. Shane Regan yet to get going so far, just 2 points, 0 of 1 shooting, a couple of assists, but also a couple of turnovers. He had 6 of them in that win over Gustavus Adolphus. LJ Moore to the game for the first time. He joins Phil Lawrence, Noah Pitt, Nick Roper, and Shane Regan. Regan with 5 to shoot, gives it up. Pitt into the corner. Lawrence fires a 3. Around and out. LJ Moore offensive rebound. Brings it down in a thicket, and he kicks it out. Pitt snaps a 3. That's no good. Too strong. Out of bounds, and it'll go to Mary Washington. UChicago still just 2 of their last 14 shooting the ball. Most of those attempts from 3-point range. Need to start knocking those down if you want to win this game. And a 3 on the other end for Mary Washington, and it's drained by Jaden Burgess. And now the Eagles lead by 8. 15-3 extended run now for the Eagles, who have made their last 4 attempts. 10:36 to go. 20-12. Regan to Roper on the left wing. Roper into a double team. Whips it long. Gives the Pitt. Extra pass to Regan, who goes downhill. Regan attacks the basket. And he had it blocked, but a foul called as Preston White got his hand. That'll send Shane Regan to the free throw line for the second time today.
You have done for Preston White.
Daniel Cochran to check in. And Shane Regan will take his first of 2 free throw attempts. And it's no good. Kyle Robinson back in for Mary Washington, and Cochran enters for UChicago, replacing LJ Moore. Josh Sweater takes a seat on the bench for the Eagles. Maroons trailing by 8. Shooting 3 of 15 on the day. Regan's second free throw is good. It makes it a 7-point affair. Kai Robinson around a couple of ball screens the other way. Turns it around, gives it right wing, and it is Ulysses Young on the left side. Randall shakes off Pitt. Randall shoots contested, and 1. Noah Pitt had the reach-in foul there. It's his first. And Jay Randall can make this a 10-point ball game at the charity stripe. Eagles flexing their muscles so far, and Randall's free throw connects to make it a 10-point ball game. 23-13, UMW over UChicago. First half is halfway over. Lawrence bounce pass into Pitt. Pitt gets it to Regan. Shane Regan with no made field goals just yet. And he throws it long out to Cochran, sends a 3. That's no good. Rebound Robinson in transition. And he will run the floor and now slow it down. Robinson on Regan. Backing him down. Still backing. Now throws it out for Ulysses Young. Top of the key, Randall. And a 3 snapped off. And it's a foul by Roper. He bumped into Jaden Burgess in the 3-point attempt. And now 3 chances coming at the line for the Mary Washington Jr. from Harrisonburg, Virginia. So 3 shots coming up for Burgess. Entered the game a 75% free throw shooter. His first is good. Mary Washington still white hot shooting the ball. UChicago is not that. Makes all 3 here. It'll be a double up for the Eagles. 25-13 of the second make. Kanaa back in, so is Barry. Maroons have their 5 stars out on the floor. And the third of 3 shots for Burgess falls. 26-13. Eagles over Maroons. 9:32 to go in the first half.
Go here. Look. It's on.
Maroons need some offense. And it's Cochran wanted to lob it inside and then hits it off of Randall. And it'll be 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Maroons to keep the ball off this inbound.
And number 20.
Barry gets the fresh inbound, guarded by Bates. Gives it back for Roper. Lobs Cochran, right side Kanaa. Back top of the key, Regan. The double team will come if he tries to drive, and he will. Regan, 5 to shoot. Regan still coming. Regan fades away. No good. Rebound, Bates of Mary Washington. 9 to play, first half. Eagles by 13 and ball. Sweater pulls it in and gives it to Randall. Guarded by Regan on the interior, and Regan reaches in and fouls him. It'll be a floor foul. And UChicago's 5th of the half.
Spur. The team. Entering for you. Number 5, Ulysses Young.
Inbound goes to Mitchell. It goes around the key, back to Robinson. Kai Robinson on Barry. Robinson, a contested one. He leans in, draws the contact from Barry, and the whistle. UChicago bench not too pleased with that one. Barry's feet were set, but his upper body was in motion. And so that'll be a pretty easy call. It's Barry's first personal. Robinson's first free throw is good. The Eagles 7 for 7 from the charity stripe in the early goings of this game. Second free throw is good. 28 to 13. Eagles by 15. Barry the other direction. Left side to Roper. Roper stops, gives it inside. Cochran back to Roper. Trying to split a double team of 2 really good defenders. Long pass out over to Kanaa. They continue to whip it around. Cochran's got it. Spins himself into the lane. Almost lost it. Gets it to Kanaa. Kanaa step back. Trey now. Got it. UChicago still yet to make a 2-point field goal so far this game, but they now trail 28 to 16. And Young moves it back out. Bates explodes into the paint. Kanaa got hands on it and blocked it. Offensive rebound, Colin Mitchell. Works it back out over the timeline, and Robinson will result in an over and back violation. So the Maroons going to stop, and we got a media timeout. 28 to 16, Eagles over Maroons. So you have to go first half on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Welcome back to UChicago basketball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. At the Under 8 Media timeout, it is 28 to 16. The Mary Washington Eagles leading the Chicago Maroons. Maroons ball out of the timeout. 7:55 to go. UChicago has yet to make a 2-point field goal through the first 12:05 of this one. Maroons have their 5 starters out there. Berry, Kana, Regan, Roper, and Cochran. And Berry puts it low to the ground, gives it left side for Nick Roper. Into the corner, Regan goes a little bit downhill, but into a double team. Works it left wing. Cochran back out to Regan, left corner, 10 to shoot. Regan throws it again, but it's intercepted. Pass picked off by Young, and UNW's got numbers. Give back to Young. He fires a 3 and connects. First 3 for Young, and Regan hit the deck hard on that turnover and could not get back in time to stop that 3 ball from Young. 31-16 UMW. Roper on the left wing. Gives it right around. Now works it left side for Regan. Regan back out to Roper. 10 to shoot. Roper, turn. Can't find anybody. Goes to Cochran, who's pushed and fouled. And that'll be on Jay Randall, his first. 7:06 to go first half. 31-16. Mary Washington leading UChicago. Phil Lawrence comes in for the Maroons. He replaces Berry. Take that, Regan. Kana fires a 3, and it's an air ball. Roper had it skitter out of his hands, and it ends up with Jaden Burgess, so another UMW stop. A 15-point lead and the ball. 6:50 to go. Kai Robinson gives it up for Jay Randall. Randall gives back to Robinson, goes around his screen, feeds to a driving Randall, and he slams it down, +1 on Roper. And that is how this first half has gone. Jay Randall, 5 points now for him, a chance to make it 6, and that was emphatic. Turning it up on one of the game's best dunkers, Jay Randall says that it's my turn. Chance to get UNW an 18-point lead.
Jay Randall.
Randall to shoot 1. The free throw is good. Mary Washington now 9 for 9 from the charity stripe so far tonight. Preston White checks back in. He joins Robinson, Young, White, and Mitchell for UMW. Berry gets it on the left wing from Lawrence. Regan, left corner, snaps a 3, and it's no good. Rebound, UMW, Colin Mitchell. The Maroons still have not made a 2-pointer. All but 4 of their shots have been from 3. Downhill and too easy for Ulysses Young. Splits the entire Maroon defense, and it is now a 20-point Mary Washington lead. Give up right side, it's Regan. Regan keeps holding on to it, 18 to shoot. Give back to Cochran, goes down, gets double team, throws it back out for Regan. 4-on-1 in the key, throws it back out for Lawrence, pulls up from 18, and it battles and it rattles down. Phil Lawrence, a make for the Maroons, and a timeout by Mike McGrath. Maroons with still a lot of work to do. 36-18, 5:47 to go first half on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Out of the timeout, UChicago getting doubled up by the Mary Washington Eagles, 36-18. It is Eagles basketball. They are shooting 65% from the floor, 11 of 17. UChicago just 5 of 21, and all but 5 of their shots have been from three-point land. Over 14 minutes it took for them to make their first 2-pointer. Kai Robinson back on the attack, and he puts one over Regan's head, and it's off the mark. Rebound, Regan of UChicago. For all the hype, Robinson only has 6 points, which you could consider a Pyrrhic victory for UChicago in the early goings of this one. Barry lobs it in. Cochran receives, guarded by Preston White. Gives back to a driving Barry, and it's good for 2. Back-to-back 2-pointers for the Maroons. They have scored the last 4. First assist for Cochran. 36-20. 5:15 to go. Hand behind the back goes to Young. Pulls up from long range. And a long 2 will fall. Mary Washington back on the scoreboard. Still shooting a blistering 63% from the floor in this first half. 38-20. Barry works right. Kana, guarded by Mitchell, who's got an inch on him. Now Cochran. Cochran feeds Barry, driving toward the basket again. Barry with the left hand, and he scores. 2 more for Joe Barry, up to 4 points. We're starting to get it downhill a little bit. Nice to see that. Still trailed by 16. And the other end, Burgess throws it out. A contested 3 put up and buried by Colin Mitchell. And UMW still cannot miss. 41-22, Eagles over Maroons. Lawrence gives it up for Canal, left wing Regan. Regan stops and goes, double team, turns, gets a space, and shoots it over Mitchell, and it's good for 2. Maroons starting to pick up the pace on the interior, but they have not gotten the volume of stops needed to really start digging into this Mary Washington lead. Burgess goes downhill on Kana. He has it blocked by Kana, but the offensive board and putback is good for Preston White. White's first bucket of the game. He's got 4. 3.5 to go. It's Mary Washington by 19. Regan on the right side gives left wing. Lawrence. Right back to Regan. Doesn't take the Cochran screen. Instead puts up a running shot and sinks it with the right hand. Shane Regan. Now at 7. Maroons are continuing to hit shots from inside the paint now. They've hit 5 of their last 5, but Robinson throws back. Younga shoots a 3, and it's a little bit too long. Kana battles and gets the defensive rebound, rather. He battled Jaden Burgess for that one. Regan goes downhill, throws out. Phil Lawrence sends a 3. That's no good. Cochran gets the offensive rebound, gets to a driving Barry, and he puts it up and in. Maroons have scored on their last 6 trips, prompting a Mary Washington timeout. They lead at 43-28 with the Maroons starting to pick up the pace on offense here in Fort Wayne.
And it's time for the wacky, waving, inflatable, and flailing two-man cam. Let's see your best impression on the video board.
Welcome back to UChicago basketball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. 43-28. Mary Washington leads right now. They've led by as many as 20. UChicago's offense finally starting to settle into things, but it is still a long road ahead if they want to try and win this game. They've hit their last 6 2-point attempts. They finally started to get it downhill. Have improved their shooting percentage to 37% and 4 of 17 from beyond the arc. Once they started taking it downhill, getting those offensive boards and putting it in the paint, they have found success, but put themselves in a really, really big hole with how poorly they played in the first 12 to 14 minutes of this game. It's going to be hard to recover with just 2. So at some point, you'll probably have to start throwing those threes up again and hitting them. UMW back to work. Kai Robinson gives it up, and Jay Randall goes downhill, puts it right over Cochran, and scores off the bank. UMW still shooting over 60%, both from the floor and from three-point land, and it's the Eagles by 17. Kenna the other end, give behind the back, Barry, feed to the right corner, Regan, wants to work downhill, but instead he'll motion himself back out, then drive, kick back to Barry. Barry drives toward the basket, at the free throw line, now moves, spins, and puts up a fadeaway 12-footer, which is short and no good. Fighting for the rebound is L.J. Moore, and he's hit in the face and fouled. Nice effort there from L.J. Moore. Burgess picks up the foul. It is his second.
14, Jaden Burgess.
6th team foul on UMW with 2:05 to go in the first half, so it'll be free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Chicago's already given up 7. The Maroons looking to spark some kind of run, but the defense matters just as much as the offense. Down by 17 points right now. Kanaa gets the inbound on a new 20-second shot clock. Cochran feedback to Regan, and a foul committed by the Eagles, and Hassan Hamad bumped into Regan there, picking up his first foul, and that will send Regan to the line for a 1-and-1. 2:01 to go in the first half. 45-28. UMW over UChicago. Regan's first free throw is good. Gonna need to hit these front ends to try and work your way back into this one. Regan's got 8 points, 2 of 5 shooting, 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. And Regan's second is good. He's got a game-high 9 points, tied with Jaden Burgess of Mary Washington. Kai Robinson still only with 6. And on the give, it's Randall. Got a lot of space to operate. Give it to the right corner for Hamad. Hamad downhill against Kanaa. Kick back for Randall. 16 to shoot. Randall pulls up from the free throw line and drops it in over Cochran's head for 2 more.
Randall.
Still the Midas touch for these Eagles. Everything they touch turns to gold. 1:33 to go. 47-30. UMW over UChicago. Regan goes around an L.J. Moore screen. Gives it up for Cochran. Left wing now Kanaa. Stutter step into the paint. Kicks it back. Regan. Followed by a 3. 9 to shoot for Regan. Now Regan goes downhill. Pulls up from the free throw line and he drops it in. He is the second player to double figures after Jay Randall. 11 for Shane Regan. 1:08 to go. It's 47-32. Downhill the other way goes Randall. Make that Ulysses Young. Works it back out. Kai Robinson. Now to Randall, guarded by Cochran. Randall, low to the ground, puts it up and scores again. Jay Randall with 13. 51 seconds to go. First half, 49-32. UMW over UChicago. Regan works it back. Cochran's has a look for 3. Got it. Knocks down his third triple of the game and puts the Maroons within 14. They can double dip now because that possession took so little time. 30 seconds to go first half. Robinson. Randall setting a screen. Robinson works inside, throws it long out to Young, sends a 3, and it's no good. 2-on-1 rebound, tipped out to Kanaa for UChicago. Shot clock turned off. Kanaa works it across the timeline, 13 seconds to go. Cochran, the ball handler, gives it left side for Regan. 8 seconds to go, 7 seconds. Regan still sitting around, 4 to go. Regan, left side, Whitbass all the way. Kanaa 3, that's no good. And the first half will come to an end. UChicago played from behind for the majority as Mutt McGrath locks in that reality. 49-35, Mary Washington over UChicago. The Eagles shot 63% from the floor, 60% from three, hit all of their free throws on 9 for 9 rate there. UChicago just 39% from the floor, 5 for 19 from three, 6 made the stripe, and out rebounded Mary Washington by just one. Both teams very few turnovers, with Mary Washington the only one to turn any turnovers into points. We'll see in 15 minutes for second half action. It is 49-35. UChicago trailing Mary Washington on Graham Sportscasting Channel.
Graham, I'll officially come say hello. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Could have come at a better time, but
Mary Washington's good.
yeah. 48% right now.
Always should have been.
Might live, but it's not designed for efficiency. It's not for like right before. I'm just going to find my actual
See always the NCAA of student athletes first.
It's going. All going good? So. Sides and scores so far?
Welcome back to UChicago basketball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. At the half, it is Mary Washington 49 and UChicago 35. The Eagles had their way with the Maroon defense in that game. 17 of 27 shooting, 6 of 10 from three-point land, 9 of 9 from the charity stripe, and just everything was falling against a Maroon defense that really had no answer. And the most concerning part, we talked so much about Kai Robinson in the open. He has 6 points. There are 4 Mary Washington Eagles with more or the same amount of points as him, led by Jay Randall with 13 and Jaden Burgess with 9. If your strategy in this game was to make other players beat you, they are beating you. Pretty soundly, in fact, and so have to figure out a more sound defensive system for this white-hot offense right now. Just a very difficult challenge with just 20 minutes to go in this ballgame. Shane Regan led all Maroons with 11 in that game. Daniel Cochran had 9. Nick Roper limited to just 1 point on 0 of 4 shooting, 10 minutes on the floor, and was very limited after he picked up his second personal foul. But Maroons will need him to be his best self in the second half. Need to score more than 1 point and knock down some threes as well. UChicago attempted 19 threes and 12 twos in that first half. They were 7 of 12 on the twos. They were 5 of 19 on the threes. And so when the Maroons got to work downhill, they found some success, but they couldn't chip into the lead very much because every time they would get a 2, Mary Washington would punch right back with a shot of any kind. And that really kept the Maroons at bay throughout that entire first half. Nevertheless, there are still 20 minutes to go in, hopefully not the season, but at least this game, and the winner has a trip to, not a trip, they're staying right here in Fort Wayne. On Saturday night, they'll take on Trinity, and Trinity, of course, the computer favorite to win it all, but they had to battle to beat Tufts. Tufts gave them a really good scare and had a couple chances to tie or take the lead late. Trinity held on in that one. Emory made it through, and so did Christopher Newport in the early games today. Emory beating Illinois Wesleyan, Christopher Newport knocking off St. Thomas. Emory and Mary Washington, a couple of 1 seeds, and since Trinity won, if UMW also holds on here, that would make it 3 1 seeds in the finals. UChicago is a 2 seed. They were the only 2 seed to advance out of the second round. Illinois Wesleyan a 3 seed. They beat 2 seeded Endicott in their region. And we are underway in the second half. I don't remember the rest of the 2 seeds. I'll have to look them up later. Jay Randall out with the ball from Mary Washington. On the ground, gives it back. Kai Robinson turns it around for Randall. Left wing. Into the corner it goes for Jacob Bates. Back to Randall. Randall sidesteps past Roper. Puts a long hook up and in. Jay Randall right back where he left off. Up to 14 points. 51-35, Mary Washington leads. UChicago's offense needs to start this half hot. They've done that in the last 2 tournament games. It's Regan on the give, but it's off his foot and turned over. He is now responsible for all 4 of UChicago's turnovers so far today. And Mary Washington has it back 51-35, 19-20 to go second half. Robinson on the interior feed to Randall. Randall give behind the back Ulysses Young. Robinson back into Randall, now guarded by Shane Regan. Randall backing down Regan. Randall, long hook, will go in and out. Rebound Roper, UChicago. The Maroons get their first stop of the half. Regan goes the other way and gives it behind the back. Roper driving toward the basket, puts up a running shot and banks it in. Nick Roper, his first field goal. UChicago on the board in the second half.
Roper.
Under 19 to go, 51-37. UMW still in front. Robinson works through, jumps, turns, fades on Barry. No good. Rebound Roper, UChicago. Back-to-back stops now for the Maroons. Roper, Barry asking for it inside. He gets it. Barry warming his way up, puts it off the backboard and in. Joe Barry with 8 points.
Joe.
And the Maroons begin their second half with some buckets. 12-point game, 51-39. Robinson gives it up left side, Jacob Bates. Randall asking for it and gets it in the left wing against Cochran, far from the basket. Randall cut off. Can't find an opening just yet. Now gives it up. Outside, Bates drives to on Roper. Bates puts up a reverse layup. It's short and no good. Cochran falls down, getting the rebound. Regan able to save it, give it to Roper. Maroons going the other way now. Down by 12. Trailed by as many as 20 in the first half. Regan is harassed, gives it left side. And Roper, working top of the key, looking to give it up right wing for Daniel Cochran. 9 to shoot for the Maroons. Give back Regan. Trying to create space against Bates. Regan, sidestep, triple! Got it! And UChicago now within 9. Not over by any means. The Maroon faithful were still here. Robinson the other way now. Pushed off a spot by Cochran. Gives it right wing Ulysses Young. Mary Washington by 9, 17-17 to go second half. Young around a Randall screen. Ulysses Young gives it inside. Taken away by Barry. And the Maroons get another takeaway. Barry drives. Exploding into the paint. Whips it out. Regan sends another 3. That's way short and no good. Rebound Robinson and Mary Washington. Robinson the other way. Exploding kick out. Wide open 3 for Bates. No good. Tip in the air. Cochran's got it for the Maroons. They dodged the bullet there. The open 3 by Bates. Regan around a Cochran screen. Now into the paint. Regan continues to move inside. Puts it up and he's fouled. As Burgess got in there to foul him, and that will be his third. So Burgess, who is Mary Washington's second leading scorer today, may have to sit with that third foul. As UChicago continue trying to inch closer, 51-42. Regan can make it a 7-point ball game with 2 free throws. His first is good. Now 15 for Regan to lead all scorers. Burgess exits alongside Bates. Hassan Hamad in alongside Colin Mitchell, who I erroneously called Colin Marshall. Sorry about that earlier in the call. Regan's second free throw is good, and we got a 7-point game. 16 for Regan, 7 of 8 from the line, 51-44. UMW with the basketball. They haven't scored in a couple of minutes. Robinson works it right side, motions Mitchell inside to give him ISO against Regan. Now Robinson works inside, can't find a space. Regan blocks the shot and comes up with the rebound. The Maroon defense starting to make plays. Regan the other end. Gives it behind the back. Roper with a purpose. Now he'll step back out on Mitchell. Roper starts to go downhill. Roper continues, and he lost the ball out of bounds. It's off of Mitchell with 12 to shoot. And Marcus Kahn not too happy about that call to keep with UChicago. But it will be an abbreviated shot clock. 16:06 to go. Roper high lob inside, and a smart foul there by Noah Pitt as Kai Robinson intercepted the pass on the breakaway. What happened there? Robinson was going to break away, and it looked like Pitt might have pushed him, but it's going to stay Maroon ball. It is a foul on Mary Washington. And a new 20-second shot clock is evidence of that. We'll see if they reset it. One way or another, despite that occurrence. It is currently ruled as UChicago ball. 16:05 to go, second half. The Maroons' 9-0 run over the last 2:49 of game time. Mary Washington hasn't scored in nearly 4 minutes. Robinson's called for the foul. It's his second. Kick out. Barry gets the ball off the inbound from Regan, gives it up for Cochran. Cochran back. Regan guarded closely by Robinson. Now Regan motions in. High low. Roper collects and scores. Maroons within 5. Another almost alley-oop there. UChicago continuing to push into this lead. 51-46. Robinson the other way. Going to work on Roper, and he has to turn it back around. Back out to Young. Ulysses Young. Shimmy shake against Regan. Kick out for Randall. 9 to shoot. Randall throws it back out. Young pulls it down, goes toward the basket, puts up a running shot, and makes it. Ulysses Young, and a timeout called by Mary Washington off that make, and we will take it with them. 53-46. UChicago cutting into the deficit here in Fort Wayne.
After that, that's been leaders, not just every year. 1.3 million fourth graders in the U.S. struggle with reading, and that impacts their success in school, careers, and life. The NCAA is dedicated to building a foundation for learning that lasts a lifetime. Together, they've read more than 200 million minutes and counting. Because when students can read, students can dream. I like those reading from dreaming one day or watches. I'm tired of sleeping anymore. It's me. It's me. Time.
Back at Allen County War Memorial Coliseum, things are tightening up a little bit here at the D3 Mecca. Mary Washington with a 53-46 lead over UChicago. They led by as many as 20 in the first half, but UChicago has cut into it with a bunch of downhill attacking, mainly from their top scorer, Shane Regan, who's got 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he is forgiven for those 4 turnovers. 15:27 left to help will UChicago to a victory here in this second half. Regan was 16, Cochran 9, Barry 8. Barry has done a very good job getting downhill so far. No rebounds, no assists, but he has been an excellent scorer so far in this game. Eamon Kana with 3 on 1 of 5 3-point shooting. That's not going to stay the same for long. He can snap it off from anywhere. Still battling through that lower body injury. He's staying against Case West. You can see some tape on his back leg, both of them. 53-46 off of Mary Washington make by Ulysses Young, who has 9 points on 4 of 7 shooting. What will these next 15 minutes hold? Spot in the Final Four and a date with Trinity up for grabs. Noah Pitt, Joe Barry, Eamon Kana, Shane Regan, Daniel Cochran on the floor right now. Nick Roper not in any kind of foul trouble anymore, just got 2. But Noah Pitt does provide some fresh legs and a different skill set from Nick Roper. Kana gets it from Barry for the Maroons. Give left side Regan. Cochran gives a screen. Regan goes around it, guarded by Robinson. Regan continues to go. Puts up a contested shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Hassan Hamad of Mary Washington, who goes the other way quickly. Ty Robinson right back to work. No points yet this half. 2 of 6 shooting on the game. 6 points. Robinson works it left side. Gives it up for Josh Sweater. Turns it around. Hassan Hamad's got a wide open 3, and he drains it. 6 for Hamad on just 2 shot attempts. Mary Washington leads by 10. Other end for the Maroons at Shane Regan. Gives it right side. Barry. Running by Sweater. Barry into a double team and some trouble now. Turns it back around. Around the horn it goes to Regan. 10 to shoot. Regan stops and goes. Kicks out Cochran. Cochran drives in toward the key, turns it out. Barry sidesteps past Sweater, puts up an 18-footer, and it's off the backboard for a shot clock violation, but it doesn't matter because it's Mary Washington ball on the rebound by Preston White. 14-10 to go. UNW with the last 5 points of the ball game. Robinson works at left side. Hamad. Back to Robinson. Still just 6 points for the uber talented sophomore, but Mary Washington still winning by 10. Inside, it goes to Jay Randall. Randall on Barry, puts up a contested high arcing shot, and it goes 8-0, 7-0 run now for Mary Washington, who have reclaimed control of this game, a 12-point lead. 13:40 to go, second half. Kanawha gets the feed from Barry. Guarded by Hassan Hamad. Gives it up for Regan. They have not moved Kai Robinson off of him just yet. Left side Pitt into the corner for Kanawha. Kanawha goes around a Pitt screen and gives back to Regan. Shot about a 3. Now Regan drives on Robinson, spinning, and he lost the ball, turning it over. Preston White got hands on it and comes up with the steal. Maroon offense has gone cold. You cannot afford that at this point in the ball game. So Wetter gives left side, and it's Robinson who gives it up. Hamad fires a contested 3. It's way too long and no good. Rebound Cochran, UChicago. They got to stop, but have to turn it into points now. Barry shovels back. Cochran snaps a 3. It's a little bit long and no good. And the rebound by Sowetter of Mary Washington, contested by Shane Regan. Under 13 to go, second half here in Fort Wayne. White gives it up, right side. Sowetter again. Hamad trying to release. Instead, it's going to Robinson. Robinson against the entire team. Puts it over Cochran's head, and it's no good, off the mark. Rebound Cochran, UChicago. His 7th of the ball game. Barry the other way. He drives in, throws it back out. Kanawha. Guarded by Hamad. Regan with a different matchup this time. It's Sowetter. Robinson is guarding Pitts. Regan works back to Pitt. Pitt sends a 3. That's a rounded out. Rebound Sowetter of Mary Washington. UChicago scores for the last 3.5 minutes of game time. Robinson. Left side behind the back goes to Sowetter. Gives it up right corner, Randall. 12 to play, second half. Sowetter goes once and twice. Now throws a contested 2 over Pitt's head and drains it. It's a 9-0 run for Mary Washington. 60 to 48. Kanawha on the give from Barry the other end. Maroons need some points. Haven't scored in 4 minutes. Regan lobs it in for Cochran. The help comes. It's Sowetter, and Cochran has to turn it back around. Finds Regan. Regan goes downhill against Robinson. Regan takes it all the way to the cup. He's fouled. 1. Regan with 18 points now and a little upper body strength generating that foul on Jay Randall. And so UChicago will go into this media timeout down by 12. 60 to 48. Mary Washington leads on Grand Sports Casting Channel.
It's time to pick the song. Let us know what song you want to hear next by cheering as loud as you can for your favorite tune. Would you rather hear Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi? Don't Stop Me Now by Queen? Or Panama by Van Halen? Panama. Ladies and music, my
Back here in Fort Wayne, where Mary Washington has a 60-48 lead over UChicago, they have not trailed since the early goings of the first half. And UChicago still a lot of work left to do, but still 11:25 left to do. It's 60-48. Shane Regan's on 18 points. He's coming to the line for an and one free throw, and he can make it 19. He has played 28 available 28 minutes so far. Daniel Cochran, Shane Regan have not left the floor. Joe Barry has left it for a brief moment. The value of all three cannot be understated for this UChicago team. Need to make up a 12-point gap. They've trailed by as many as 20. In this half, they've cut it down to 5, but then Mary Washington wanted to get another run as the Maroon offense failed to score for 4 whole minutes. 11:25 to go. Regan at the line. He is 7 of 8 at the free throw line today. And his free throw here is good. 60-49. Mary Washington the lead and the ball. Right here in Fort Wayne, seeking their first ever Final Four appearance under head coach Marcus Kahn. Right side, it is Josh Sweater getting it inside to Randall. Jay Randall using the body against Regan. It's a physical battle. Randall decides to fade away. Good defense there from Regan to force the miss. Rebound Roper, UChicago. Now Regan moves the other way, and he'll try the battle with Randall. Make that Sweater give up for Barry. Barry guarded by Kai Robinson. Gives it up right side. Pitt behind the back goes to Roper. Give Barry. Barry rolls it left side. Regan thought of it a 3. Now steps past his defender and moves back out. 8 to shoot for Cochran. Cochran drives in. Gives to a driving Barry for 2. And Barry has just been copy-pasting his bucket. That's now 60-51. Went to score the last 5. 10.5 to play. Left side feed. It ends up in the hands of Randall. Guarded by Noah Pitt. Jay Randall again tries to fade away, and that time he sinks it. Just stuck it right in there. Randall now has 18 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Eagles by 11. L.J. Moore ready to check into the scorer's table. Barry gives it left wing. Cochran behind the back. Regan flips it back. Cochran. And Cochran can't find any space against Kai Robinson. Now give back to Barry and a near hook and hold there. Now kick out, and Barry lost the ball out of bounds. It goes off Regan, and a turnover for UChicago. 9:52 to go in regulation. And we get a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. Media timeout, under 10 to play here in Fort Wayne. Mary Washington by 11.
On the floor. These great changes, homes, and opportunities are requests for the NCAA's commitment to the post-studies parents to well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, far forward partners make it possible to celebrate champions. They win. Overtime. Well, Carolina out. That 11. But he
$9:52 left to go here at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum between the 5th-ranked Mary Washington Eagles and the 6th-ranked UChicago Maroons. Mary Washington leading by 11 points, 62-51, and they will have ball coming out of a timeout. It has just not been a good day for the UChicago defense, still surrendering a 56% field goal percentage, a 54% three-point percentage. Those numbers were both over 60% at the end of the first half. It's been a 6 of 14 shooting half. They've only attempted 3 trays, hit one of them, courtesy of Hassan Hamad. Mary Washington content to take efficient shots, limit their turnovers. They only turned it over 3 times. The UChicago's 6. All 6 so far charged to Shane Regan. But he is also UChicago's leading scorer at 19 points. So it comes with the territory for the likely All-American honoree when the D3 hoops ballots are cast and the teams are revealed. UMW ball, Ulysses Young, Eagles by 11 and the ball. Hand behind the back goes to Bates, gives up to Robinson. No points yet this half for Kai Robinson. He goes to work on Barry, drives toward the paint. Robinson turns it around, kicks it out, finds Randall. Randall now to Young. Young on Roper, shimmy shake, 12 to shoot. Young sends back to the three-point line, then drives again. Young turns, kicks out. Randall sends a top key 3 off the mark right side. Rebound LJ Moore, UChicago, who's in the game alongside the 4 starters minus Kana. To the corner. Cochran sends a 3. It's good. Roper on the assist, and Cochran got his 4th tray of the game. Maroons within 8. 9-11 to go. And Robinson puts it low to the ground against Barry. He drives right side. Robinson to the cup, and he puts it up, and no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds off of Robinson. It's Maroon ball. Joe Barry just been a stellar defender so far against Kai Robinson. That's partially why he's played all but 1 minute so far in this game. 9 to play. Maroons trail by 8 and have basketball. Bounce pass right side goes to LJ Moore. Moore works it back. Cochran. Cochran lobs it in. Roper receives. Roper puts it up and sticks it in for 2 more. UChicago within 6. 62 to 56. Roper with his 4th field goal of the half. He's got 9 total points. And Robinson trying to sell a foul on Barry, but he gets the ball. Bounce pass Randall. Randall. Barry still denying the ball. Now they'll switch the matchup, and Randall will drive on Barry. Randall bounce pass other side. Bates sends a 3. Connects. Caden Bates, his 2nd made field goal of the game. He has Mary Washington a 9-point lead. 65 to 56 for the Eagles. 8 minutes to play. In the corner, it's Roper. Pulls it down into a double team, lost the ball, and it goes to Colin Mitchell. Went a little bit too fast there, Nick Roper did, and it resulted in a turnover. Ulysses Young steps through, goes all the way. Barry blocks the shot out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles into our under 8 media timeout. It is Mary Washington 65 and UChicago 56 on Graham Sportscasting Channel.
Number 13, Evan Kemp. Right, this Steve your toes.
The 2026 Division III NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is being brought to you here on Graham Sportscasting Channel. UChicago trailing Mary Washington 65 to 56, 7:44 to go in the second half. It is Eagles ball. The Maroons have done plenty to chip into the lead, but they have not ever had the chance since early in the first half to have the ball with a chance to tie or to take the lead. Never been closer than a 5-point game since Mary Washington went on those big runs early in the first. Kai Robinson, the All-American talent for Mary Washington, still at just 6 points, 2 of 8 shooting, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a turnover. But other Eagles have stepped up. Jay Randall with 18, Jaden Burgess with 9, Ulysses Young with 9, Hassan Hamad and Colin Mitchell with 6 each for Mary Washington. Inbound goes from Robinson to Bates over to Randall. Randall hands back to Robinson, who wants to work downhill. Throws it out of a double team, kicks a 3 for Burgess. It's short and no good. Rebound Roper, UChicago moving in transition. And Roper will now slow it down, give it up for Cochran. Maroons have their 5 stars on the floor right now. Roper pulls it down, goes to work on Burgess. Roper throws it out of the double team, gives to Kanaa, over to Regan. Mary Washington can reset, 13 to shoot. Inside feed, Roper again. Roper in the double team, gives to Barry in the key, and he scores. Joe Barry. Lost my word. Barry's got 12 now, all in the paint. Maroons within 7. 7 minutes to go here in Fort Wayne. Ulysses Young gives it right side. Randall into the hands of Burgess, and now to Bates. Caden Bates had a 3-pointer a moment ago. Gives to Robinson, guarded by Barry. Robinson has not found much success in that matchup so far today. Now he works his way past Barry, and he's fouled on the shot attempt. Barry and Cochran were both in the area. The foul will go against Cochran. Maroon bench not happy with that one, but it will send Kai Robinson to the line with a chance to score his first points of the second half. Robinson, a 79% free throw shooter this season. He's 2 for 2 today. Now 3 for 3 on the first hit. Cochran's second personal. No Maroon in foul trouble, and really only Burgess on 3 from Mary Washington. Second free throw good, 67 to 58. UMW.
Number 24.
Preston White checks in for Mary Washington. Maroons keep their 5 starters out there. They rarely take them off in crunch time situations unless one is in foul trouble or fouled out. Kanaa from Roper gives it right side Regan. Regan wants to give it up. Looking for a lob, can't find it, but he's now dribbled it a couple times. Goes around a Cochran screen. Works it all the way around. Barry. Sidestep triple for Barry. That's a bit too long. Cochran pokes it back up and in. Daniel Cochran for 2, and Mike McGrath wants time. Maroons within 7 once again. It is 67 to 60. UMW still leading here in Fort Wayne.
Time. All.
Out of the 30-second timeout, it is UChicago trailing Mary Washington 67 to 60 with 6:15 to go in the second half here in the 4th and final quarterfinal game of the NCAA 2026 Men's Basketball D3 Tournament. Joe Barry with 12 points, Daniel Cochran 14, and Shane Regan 19. They are 3 of the 4 players in double figures in the game. Only Jay Randall in double figures for Mary Washington, but they have 4 players with 8 or more points and 6 players with 6 or more. It's been a balanced attack, even though Joe Barry has slowly taken Kai Robinson out of the game. 6:05 to go. Randall hands behind his back, Bates left wing. It goes to Ulysses Young, back to Bates, sought about a 3, now sidesteps Cochran, gives to a driving man, and Randall puts it up and in. Pretty possession there for Mary Washington, and Randall prefers the 20 points on either team. 9-point game once again. Barry gives it up, right wing. Cochran wants to lob it into Roper, and does. Roper pulls it down. Roper to the basket. He's fouled, and 1.
Roper.
He beat Jay Randall that time. Randall dunked on him earlier. Roper won that battle decisively, and Randall's got 3 fouls. Chance to make it a 2-score game here at the line for Nick Roper. Roper now to 9 points, can make it 10. His free throw is good. Maroons trail by 6. Ulysses Young up the floor from Mary Washington. Gives it up right side. Robinson. Young bangs into Barry. Robinson gives it up for Bates. 20 to shoot. Bates right outlet side. Randall behind the back. Robinson. Robinson working into the paint. Continues to work. Now fades away and sticks it in. Robinson with his first field goal of the second half. Washington the first to 70. They have an 8-point lead. 5:11 to go. Shane Regan motioning the offense. Gives it up for Cochran. Wants to lob it into Roper again. Cochran now just throws a 3 instead, and it's an air ball. Rebound Ulysses Young of Mary Washington. Under 5 to play. 8-point lead for the Eagles. Maroons need some stops. Young goes to work. Goes past a couple of ball screens from Bates and from Randall. And now Young continues to dribble, gives it up for Robinson, driving on Kanaa. Robinson kicks it out. Randall sends a 3, and it's good. It's a 2 for Randall. He's got 22 points, 10 of 14 shooting. Eagles by 10. Maroons almost out of time. Under 4.5 to go. Barry drives on right side against Robinson. Barry now almost lost it, pulls it low to the ground, kicks it out. Kanaa couldn't get any space for a 3. Now he'll go into the lane instead. Kanaa backing down his man Burgess. Long hook for Kanaa. It's no good. Roper tips it into the hands of Bates. Maroons can't score again. And they are simply running out of time in this quarterfinal game. Young in no rush with under 4 to go on the game clock. Jay Randall, the game's leading scorer with 22 points, matched up with Cochran. Randall spinning twice, thrice, and now goes to the basket, and it's no good. Rebound UChicago, Joe Barry, his first of the game, gives it up quickly for Shane Regan. Regan spinning past Young, Regan to the bucket, and he hooks it up and in. 21 for Shane Regan, 3.5 to go. Maroons cut it to 8. Still need a lot more stops where that came from. Kai Robinson back to work on Barry. Robinson using the body. Robinson, long, contested shot goes. Just leaned into Barry and got his 2 points the hard way. Regan the other way. Flicks it out. Roper pulls it down and turns it around and draws a foul. Just the 15th foul of the half on Mary Washington. Caden Bates called for that one, and UChicago trails by 10 at our final media timeout. 3:07 to go here in the Elite Eight. It is the end of the line for the 2026 Chicago Maroons. They must overcome a 10-point deficit with 3:07 left to go, or their season will be over in the NCAA quarterfinals. This match is the farthest they've been in the tournament since they became a D3 school. They reached the Elite Eight in 01, lost to Illinois Wesleyan in that game in front of their home fans at Henry Crown Fieldhouse. Now they have to pull off a miracle to avoid the same fate. Got to score on pretty much every possession from here on out and get your fair share of stops as well. 3:07 to go, second half. Mary Washington 75, UChicago 65. The Maroons just 7 of 26 from three-point range in this game. Mary Washington shooting 23 percentage points better than that at 8 of 16. Shane Regan on the inbound to Barry. Here we go. Barry right side gives it up for Roper. Works it to the interior where Kanaw's got it. Kanaw takes it and it just lost the ball, taken away by Robinson, and then Kanaw fouls Robinson out of frustration. That's just not what you want to see. Tried to find some interior pass, and it went right off of Robinson. Now the Maroons kind of forced to press here this late in the game. Need some stops and need some quick stops. Inbound goes to Burgess, and the Maroons will have to back out of their press with Mary Washington under control. Robinson hand fighting with Barry, 19 to shoot. Robinson, Barry hit the deck hard. Robinson lobs it long. Ulysses Young collects it on the left wing. Bates over to Young, right side Robinson. Pulls it down, Sutter sets past Cochran. Whips it back out. Caden Bates got a wide open three, and it's no good. Rebound Shane Regan off his hands, out of bounds. Ball to Mary Washington. That is a killer. Regan never fully secured that rebound. He was trying to track it down on the run. And that just ate away at the time that UChicago had left. Inbound goes to Robinson, who works around Barry, shoots a free throw line jumper, and it won't go. Rebound Barry, UChicago. They have to work fast. Regan quickly up the floor, gives it up Kanaw into the corner. Cochran fires a three. Got it. McGrath calls time off of that make. It's a 7-point game with 2:12 to go. Cochran's 5th three of the ball game. His 6th make overall. He's got 17 points. 3rd among all scorers and 2nd to Regan on his team. Maroons have 1 timeout left. They have plenty of fouls to give before free throws. 4 to be exact. Daniel Cochran just made his 17th three of the tournament on 29 attempts. Maroons down 7, 2:12 to go. Eagles ball. Maroons will press, but they backed out of it pretty quickly last time. The Maroons are not a pressing team very often. They are not one to do this. So Roper will come over for the trap, and a foul committed by Regan. He got a hack there on Bates. It was far enough in the backcourt that Mary Washington will have to reset and just do the inbound again. 3rd foul on the Maroons. They have 3 more to give before free throws. Mary Washington still has not missed a free throw today. Kai Robinson gets the inbound. The press will have to back off. And now they'll get it in to Robinson into the right corner for Randall. Burgess over to Robinson. The Maroons are trying to hunker here. 15 on the shot clock. Ulysses Young guarded by Nick Roper standing on the Memorial Coliseum logo. Gets it back left wing from Bates. 7 to shoot. Young to Robinson. 4 to shoot. Robinson left side. Young sidesteps. Can't find space. Has a show up a contested 3. Air ball. Shot clock violation. Maroon basketball. 1:36 to go in the ball game. Still a chance. Need to get another hit here. A made shot would make it a 2-possession game. 1:36 to go. The math still works in your favor, but you have to be quick. Regan. Left side to Roper. Roper over to Cochran. Cochran pulls on Randall. Uses his elbow. Cochran now has to turn it back around. Kicks it out. Kanaw fires a long 3. Got it! Back-to-back threes. Maroons within 4. Mary Washington goes quickly. The Maroons won't try and press. Need a stop badly. 1:07 to go. The trap at the half-court line. Young gets it out. Bates receives it. 1:02 to go. 16 to shoot. Kai Robinson now receives on the logo against Roper. Robinson pulls. 10 to shoot. Robinson trapped by Cochran, and a foul called on Cochran, and that will give Mary Washington 12 extra seconds for this possession.
And the team. 4.
Cochran now has 3. UChicago has 4 as a team.
Jake.
51.7 to go. A new 20-second shot clock. It was at 8 when Cochran committed that foul. Robinson to inbound. He gets it to Randall. The Maroons won't foul. They'll try and play defense. Robinson will just keep it low to the ground. Barry is his matchup. 12 on the shot clock. Robinson takes it left side. Cochran poking at it, and he commits another foul. Fouling Robinson again, and that is Cochran's 4th, and another 12 seconds added to Mary Washington's clock.
It's 4th. And then team.
Just not good decision making for the sophomore from Brentwood, Tennessee. Now the Maroons will have to foul. Robinson will inbound. He gets it to Bates, and Bates will be fouled by Roper. That is UChicago's 6th. Roper's 3rd personal. LJ Moore now checks in for Cochran. Mary Washington has yet to miss a free throw today. They are 11 for 11, 2 for 2 in this half, and they'll be shooting a 1-1 most likely on this possession. Now play held up and restarted. Burgess to inbound, and he gets it over to Bates. Back to Burgess, heads toward the basket, and he puts it up and in. Doesn't need the foul. Burgess with 2. 77-71. Regan. Stop and go on Bates. Regan taking toward the cup, puts it off the backboard and in. And McGrath will call his final timeout. 24.2 to go, with the Maroons still trailing by 4. Those 2 fouls by Cochran cost you 24 seconds of shot clock time, and that was a killer. Basically an entire extra possession that Mary Washington got, and then you can't even foul them before they put the bucket in. Burgess, the 3rd Eagle to double figure with 11 points. .2, the shot clock is turned off. The Maroons will have to foul. Mary Washington, as we said, have not missed a free throw yet today. As for candidates to foul, Jay Randall makes him at a 68% clip. Jaden Burgess, Kai Robinson, and Josh Suarda, and rather Ulysses Young, are all 74% or better. I don't have Caden Bates' number with me. Let me check that during this timeout. Bates makes his free throws a 70% clip. So all 5 Mary Washington starters are 68% or better if you're going to foul them, but you should be looking at Bates and Randall if you want to try and do some missing a 1-and-1. You're probably going to need them to miss something if you want to get back into this game. Maroons trail by as many as 20. They have not led since early in the first half. Inbound goes to Bates. Bates will look to get rid of it. He's trapped by Roper and by Moore, and Marcus Connell bailing out with one of his 2 remaining timeouts. That ran 3 seconds off the clock. So the Maroons looked for the trap before they looked for the foul. Did not decide to take their chance with Bates' free throw, shooting at 70.2%. Can we see a miracle here in Fort Wayne? These 2 teams battling for the right to play Trinity in their first ever Final Four appearance. Both teams have made the Elite Eight for the 2nd time ever, but it's been Mary Washington who's controlled it throughout. They led at one point 38-18. They have set the tone. It will take a miracle for UChicago to come back here. 20.9 seconds left. 4 in the backcourt for UChicago. Robinson, the inbounder. Burgess, the closest receiver, but Ulysses Young will receive it instead. There's no good spot to trap him, and Young will have to be fouled most likely And he gets across the timeline, pushed over by Regan. And that ran 6 seconds off. Regan commits the personal. It's his third. And now the free throw gods will make their voices heard. 14.8 to go. Cochran in, Moore out. 2 makes will make it a 6-point game. Ulysses Young's first trip to the line tonight. On the season, he is shooting 79% from the line. His first is perfect. The Eagles now 12 for 12 from the free throw line tonight. And Young's second free throw is also perfect. 6-point game. Maroons got to work real fast. Regan catches it. Just shoots a straight on 3. Regan. That's no good. Rebound putback is also no good. Regan got his own board, but it went everything but down. And did not have a chance at an and one opportunity. 8.1 to go. It's looking about over.
Foul.
That was only Mary Washington's 6th foul, but they will say it was on the shot attempt by Regan, which is the correct call. He'll take 2 shots and then probably miss the second one on purpose to try and get Daniel Cochran and Nick Roper involved, those big bodies. First got to make the first free throw. His first. No good. I'll round it out. Second miss at the line tonight on 10 attempts for Shane Regan. One more coming up. We'll see if he misses on purpose. He does not even hit the rim, and it's a violation by Regan. That will just about do it for the 2026 Chicago Maroons. Kai Robinson, the inbounder. Maroons try to press as hard as they can, but they've only generated 4 turnovers tonight. Robinson, inbounds, and sneaking past both of his defenders is Ulysses Young. It'll be fouled with 6.8 to go. One make puts this game on ice. So Mary Washington will take on Trinity most likely. That'll be Saturday night, 8 p.m. UChicago finishes 24-5. It ties their second most wins in a season ever. The only season with more wins, the 1920 National Championship season under Pat Page. Their third consecutive national title in that year. But their quest for a D3 national title will continue on as Young makes the first free throw. One more coming. And the shot by Young is good. 15 for 15 at the line for the Maroons. Regan will cross behind a screen, give it to Cochran. 2 seconds left. Cochran takes it toward the cup, puts up with the horn. It's no good, and that is how this game will come to an end. Mary Washington defeats UChicago 81-73 through a dominant outing on both ends of the floor. The Eagles shooting 53%, holding UChicago to 48% and just 31% from the three-point line, never letting the Maroons get the ball with a chance to tie or take the lead in the second half. Shane Regan, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists to lead the Maroons. Jay Randall, 22 points on 10 of 15 shooting, plus a rebound and 2 assists. That'll be all for us here on Graham Sportscasting Channel. For all those of you who supported the Maroons during their 2025-26 campaign, thank you very much. The Maroons finished with their second most wins ever and their farthest D3 tournament run ever. And we'll see you back in November for another season of Maroon basketball on Graham Sportscasting Channel.